Welcome to GRCC News. Along with Whitney Van Overen, I'm Robert Clark.
Coming up tonight, I'll take a look at the impact the economy is having on Ottawa County's pet population. We'll also ask for your help in solving a 42-year-old crime and have details on a suspicious package found on the southeast side.
But up first, days after the election, local and national Democrats alike are still reeling from a historical political defeat after leaping historical bounds themselves 2 years prior. Republicans vowed after their defeat in 2008 to, quote, win their country back, creating support groups for their policies and conservative mandates. Groups such as the Tea Party, which most voters considered a first-class diversion tactic, helped the Republican Party take control of Congress. But though Republicans picked up key seats in the Senate, the Democrats did retain control. Lower voter turnout was deemed to be the reason for the Democratic Party's failures. Some believe it was simply due to the absence of change Barack Obama and fellow Democrats promised in 2008. On a higher note, Republicans and Democrats alike intend to work together more in ensuring any possible change to the current economic and social crisis and possibly give a boost to the global economy. We should be certain that all of America is watching closely. For GRCC News, I'm Robert Clark.
Animal shelters are still feeling the effects of the economic downturn. Harbor Humane Society in Ottawa County says in the past week they have received 2 dogs suffering signs of neglect. Many animals are abandoned because of the lack of money by their owners, who find they cannot afford the care of their pets. 2 dogs, Abe and Oliver, came in. Both weighed half of what they should. Both had been wandering around neighborhoods for weeks in search of food and shelter. The Harbor Humane Society has seen more animals coming in with signs of neglect and abuse in the past year. Harbor Humane Society says they will accept donations of pet food, medications, or cash to help with the increased demands on their services. To help out these pets in need of survival, donate whatever you can to Harbor Humane Society, or you can check out our website for information on how you can give these animals a home. I'm Whitney Van Overen. Now here's Alex Councilman.
Tonight, we will be helping the Michigan State Police try to solve a 42-year-old case. The case I'm referring to is the horrible murders of the Robison family that happened in 1968 up in Goodhart, Michigan. Back when it happened, police placed many ads in papers such as the Detroit Free Press. However, with our new technology today, we can show you pictures of the family and weapons used during the murders. Maybe this will help stir some memories in you, the public. The guns used in the murders were a .25 caliber Beretta handgun and an AR-7 survival rifle. Let it be known that neither of these weapons were ever recovered. The man they believed committed these horrible murders killed himself in March of 1973, and along with him went most of the case. Police are making one last effort by asking you, the viewers, if you know anything at all before they close the case and never open it again. Please, if you know anything, call their toll-free line or get in contact with them in some way. You can also check out our website for more information. For GRCC News, I'm Alex Councilman.
There was a bomb scare on the southeast side earlier today. A suspicious package was found at a local post office with the word bomb written across it. The package was found by Jessica Porter when she showed up for her shift Monday morning. The 32-year-old contacted Grand Rapids Police, and they arrived at the post office located on the corner of Eastern Avenue and Burton Street. The bomb squad arrived at the scene around 2:40 p.m. Police were cautious as they did not know what was in the package and closed down Eastern for about 2 hours while they handled the situation. After investigating, the officers at the scene took action and reportedly shot the package with a water cannon. Police say since the package didn't explode, it did not contain an explosive. They deemed the package to be non-dangerous and began to wrap things up. The streets were reopened around 6:40 p.m. and the scene was cleared by 7 p.m. Officers will not say what was in the package and are still investigating where it came from. I'm Annie Billock.
And I'm Matt Fleming with National News. This past Tuesday, voters in California were holding their breath in anticipation, inhaling, holding their breath, and coughing a bit while exhaling. Proposition 19 would have allowed persons 21 and over in California to possess up to an ounce of marijuana and to grow a small number of plants in their homes. It would have also given the right to regulate production of the sale of the herb to the cities and townships rather than the state. The proposition, however, did not pass. Concerns that led to the writing of Prop 19 include a strained state budget for California, as well as increasing drug-related violence on the streets and along the Mexican border. Supporters believed that if marijuana were to be legalized, demand from illegal sources would drop substantially, removing much of the cash flow supporting the violent behavior from drug cartels. That money would instead go in the form of taxes to support schools, roads, and other municipal programs. Supporters of the proposition are not completely disheartened, and in light of polls showing increased national support, say they are looking forward to victories in 2012. Rachel Dennis has a local follow-up to Michigan's medical marijuana legalization. I'm Matt Fleming.
The decriminalization of medical marijuana has brought about an outbreak of danger for the communities in which it is produced. There has been an increase of reported break-ins all over the area, which some believe is due to the new easy access to marijuana. It's not just a concern for the people within the community, but for the people who are producing the drug under strict legal circumstances. Medical marijuana is grown and sold to help people, yet it's hurting innocent bystanders. These innocent people have gone through all the steps necessary to earn their rights to have marijuana in their homes, yet criminals are taking advantage simply because they can. The homes that are dealing with the break-ins affect the homes around them as well. If something goes wrong during a break-in, the danger of the homes around them can rise to an extreme level. And now that medical marijuana is allowed in homes in almost any community, who's to say this newfound crime won't continue? Marijuana is in high demand, legal or not. I'm Rachel Dennis. Stick around for more of GRCC News coming up after the break.
Welcome back to GRCC News. I'm Jessica Beswick.
And I'm TJ Spalding.
Coming up, we'll take a look back at the MTV Awards and update you on some baby news for Mariah Carey.
We'll also get the latest on 2 missing girls in California and show you something that you probably never thought you'd be able to buy in a vending machine.
But first, the second year of Art Prize took over the streets of Grand Rapids for yet another successful year. The event lasted for 19 days, from September 22nd through October 10th. With 1,713 registered voters, Art Prize created quite a buzz. Artists have come from all over, including 44 states and 21 different countries, to take part in one of the largest art competitions in the world. The art that was featured throughout the event included classic pieces such as paintings and drawings, to more abstract pieces such as sculptures and 3D designs. This year, there was a total of 16,905 votes placed by the public during just the final week of voting. With the second year under its belt, organizers are looking forward to what Art Prize has in store for us next year. For GRCC News, I'm Jessica Beswick.
MTV brought the Video Music Awards back to the West Coast for a live, star-studded show in Los Angeles, packing a powerful punch of side-splitting funny entertainment, awing performances, and blog-worthy moments. Host Chelsea Handler was uncensored and all-out hilarious as she poked fun at everyone from Justin Bieber to the Jersey Shore cast. The night truly belonged to another lady, Lady Gaga. Gaga dominated, winning in 8 categories and wowing with wardrobe changes, which included a gown made of meat. But she wasn't the only star of the night. Along with her, the winners included Justin Bieber, Eminem, 30 Seconds to Mars, Florence and the Machine, Jay-Z, Muse, and the Black Keys. Although handing out moon men and awing at outrageous celebrity fashion is a huge part of the VMAs, the night is really about the music. Eminem opened the show with surprise special guest Rihanna for the duet Love the Way You Lie. Usher killed it with a mashup of DJ Got Us Fallen in Love and OMG that had everyone out dancing along. But the most talked about performances of the night had to go to Taylor Swift and Kanye West, who each settled their infamous 2009 beef through song. The VMAs have engraved their place in pop culture as a go-to source for an unforgettable night that everyone will be talking about. That is, until next year's show. I'm TJ Spalding. With more entertainment news, here's Deja Perkins.
It seems that Mariah Cannon, formerly known singer as Mariah Carey, is experiencing the miracle of being pregnant once again. But that's not all. The couple, Mariah and Nick Cannon, has finally come out to reveal that last year they experienced a miscarriage. But after a year of getting themselves together, Nick and Mariah received the great news of a baby boy in their lives and finally starting a family. Mariah says, quote, "Admitting to the world about my miscarriage and our newfound pregnancy takes a huge weight up off of our shoulders." And she also says that she's excited about the new unborn child. Nick Cannon says, when one door closes, another one opens. He says he knows that this baby is a gift from God. And he adds that he couldn't be more excited to be a role model to his son. I'm Deja Perkins.
And I'm Mariah Carter with breaking news. There has been an Amber Alert on 2 missing girls. their sisters, ages 14 and 16, named Taraji and Ozzy Langan. They were last seen leaving JFK High School, located east of Sacramento, California. They were reported missing by their mother, Safari Gant, when they did not show up or call after dinner was served, which is very unusual for the teen girl, said Mrs. Gant. They were last seen wearing sundresses, Taraji's pink with green flowers and pink sandals, high ponytail, brown hair, brown eyes, 5'4" in weight, 125 pounds. Ozzy Lynn with the orange dress, red flowers on the sundress and orange sandals, with the high ponytail, sandy brown hair, green eyes, with 5'6" in height and weighed 149 pounds. The girls have been missing for approximately 49.5 hours. If you see or hear from the girls, please contact your local police department. I'm Mariah Carter.
A new invention has arrived in the subway vending machines in Nanjing, China. This country, known for its conservatism, has expanded their market. Instead of selling the typical sodas and snacks, these vending machines dispense a rather peculiar item. Behind the cold glass lies rows of uncooked, alive crabs. This may seem a bit too exotic for the average American. However, for the local citizens of Nanjing, it is anything but that. A young woman from Nanjing says it has been very convenient for her, since the nearest place to buy crabs such as these is all the way across town. Other customers say they haven't seen anything like it. The owner of the company stated that they came up with the idea after seeing the crabs could also be stored in a way such as pop. The company wanted to do something different and to be the very first of their kind. The crabs are stored in separate, specialized cases and are kept at a delicate temperature around 40 degrees Fahrenheit. This is not enough to freeze them, but enough to keep them docile. The machine sells about 200 crabs a day, and they cost between $2 and $7. Depending on the size you prefer, the vending machines were put into operation this past October at a few select locations. The owner says he plans to expand his business to Shanghai and Beijing in the upcoming year. I'm Kate Kwiatkowski, and we'll be back with more GRC news, so stay close.
Welcome back. Along with Nathan Miles, I'm Craig Stevenson, and this is GRCC Sports.
Coming up, I'll take a look at a Kelvin College baseball star, and we'll get the latest on the possible making of an NBA dynasty in Miami.
But first, to college football. The NCAA has concluded that Michigan coach Rich Rodriguez did not fail to promote an atmosphere of compliance. After an extensive investigation, the NCAA will reveal its findings as early as Thursday. Also to be announced by Thursday is whether or not Michigan's self-imposed penalties were acceptable. Excessive football-related hours and excessive coaches on hand were just a few of the violations Michigan was accused of. One of these violations, however, is being dropped. This is good news for Michigan football. However, Michigan will be hit with another year of probation, leaving a total of 3 years, according to the Detroit News. Michigan was accused of 5 different rule violations by the NCAA. These violations included exceeding practice time and workout periods. Michigan accepted responsibility for 4 of these allegations, but Michigan relentlessly challenged the charge that Rodriguez failed to promote an atmosphere of compliance with NCAA rules during an August hearing in Seattle, Washington. Michigan announced in May that its self-imposed penalties included probation for 2 years and reducing training time by 130 hours over 2 years, doubling the amount of time the Wolverines exceeded NCAA rules. For college football, I'm Craig Stevenson.
Andrew Bosma, a senior baseball player at Kelvin College, is hoping to keep his dominating bat from last season rolling. Andrew has been on the baseball team all 3 years now, but has only really played 1 season. His freshman year, Andrew suffered a couple concussions and has been struggling with concussions since 7th grade. He has had 10 total concussions since middle school. When Andrew was ready to return from those concussions, he hurt his ankle and missed the rest of the year. When his sophomore year came, Andrew and the coaches had high hopes for his season, but once again, he got a concussion right before the start of the season. When he was healing from a head injury, he tore a tendon in his throwing shoulder. Surgery on that shoulder ended his dreams of a big season. That following school year, Andrew worked hard in the offseason to get ready and try to stay healthy. Andrew had a great spring training and was put in the lineup as a designated hitter. The result was a fantastic season. He led the team in batting average, on-base percentage, runs scored, RBI, sac flies, and doubles. He was second on the team in hits, triples, home runs, total bases, hit by pitches, and stolen bases. This is Andrew's final year of school in baseball. Andrew has been named a team captain and has his mind set on leading his team to the national championship and competing for the MIAA Player of the Year this year. For GRC Sports, I'm Nathan Miles.
The date was July 8th, 2010. With the entire nation of sports eyes glued to the big screens, it came down for King James to drop a bombshell all over the sports world. This fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat, he said. First was the boom, then the silence. And like that, the whole groundwork for the NBA's future had changed to a 6-team league led by the 6 powerhouses. It's hard to say exactly what LeBron was thinking during his decision, but it's clear now which direction the NBA is forced to head, to a league of have and have-nots. The fact of the matter is, all dynasties are either loved or hated by the fans, and the fact of the matter is simply, Miami has started off on the wrong foot. It's going to make playoff basketball even more relevant. Opposing stadiums will be loud, their games will be intensified, and the talent level will rise, which begs the statement, if you can't take the heat, then get off the court. Hall of Fame great Isaiah Thomas put it nicely when saying, hate is not always a bad thing in sports. You need a good guy and a bad guy. Not everyone can be the good guy. Spoken like a true bad boy. I'm Austin Hurt.
And Abadia, with more on LeBron and fans. As we are all aware, the question on everyone's mind is, will the Big Three lead the Heat to the NBA Finals? Let's not forget, Miami was a playoff team long before the arrival of King James and Bosh. Now you add arguably the best player in the league in LeBron James and one of the best big men in Chris Bosh. That changes everything about the team. With the signing of James and Bosh, it shifts the whole league. Now teams like the Celtics, Lakers, and the Magic are altering their roster to be able to compete against the Heat come playoff time. The Big Three will put a lot of pressure on other teams. You have Bosh, who will demand a double team. You have LeBron, who will space the floor, create wide open shots for teammates. Let's not forget Wade, who is virtually unstoppable at times and will also demand a double team and create open shots. If you don't double up on any one of the Big Three, you will pay the price. Boston will be Miami's biggest competition in the East. The Celtics have better chemistry, more experience, and a deeper team. Like Rondo said, we are the team to beat. We are the Eastern Conference champions. Let's go back in history. The Boston Celtics went up against James and Wade in the playoffs. Although the Celtics beat the Cavs and the Heat in the past, they had to fight a war to win every game. Not one game came easy. The Celtics may likely be in foul trouble the whole series. First, you have to stop 6'8", 275-pound LeBron James from driving to the paint. And if you double, there will be wide open shots for other great shooters. If you're the Celtics, you'll have to worry about Wade and Bosh, who can single-handedly carry a team to a victory. This is one of the most anticipated seasons in the NBA. It'll be a great season. Let the games begin. I'm Bazi Ahmed for GRCC Sports. We'll have more of GRCC news after this short break.
Welcome back to GRCC News. I'm Trisselle Watson. Grand Rapids Competition Art Prize came to conclusion in early October by announcing the winner, Calvary, in a large photo taken in 1921 of American soldiers. Chris Laporte, a local artist, took home $250,000 in prize money. Now that it's over, everyone is wondering what is going to happen to all the artwork. Well, Calvary will stay at the Grand Rapids Art Museum until December, while most of the artwork is up for sale. Some pieces will be finding new homes around the city, such as Nessie, which was in the Grand River last year and now resides in the John Ball Zoo. This year's Steam Pig, a crowd favorite, which won $7,000, will stay inside the corner of the Bob's parking lot for all to see until spring 2011. Signing off with GRCC News, I'm Trisselle Watson.